Imagine being so frustrated with the internet that you decide to rebuild it from scratch in your dorm room. Now imagine that frustration turning into a company worth over $1 trillion. In 1996, two graduate students at Stanford University thought the entire internet was broken. They had no money, no business experience, and an idea so ambitious that even their professors thought they were wasting their time. But Larry Page and Sergey Brin weren't just complaining about the problem. They were about to create a solution that would change how every single person on Earth accesses information. This is the story of how a research project called Backrub became Google, the company that now answers over 8 billion questions every single day. The story begins in 1995 when Larry Page, a 22-year-old computer science student from Michigan, arrived at Stanford University for his PhD program. During a campus tour for prospective students, he met Sergey Brin, who was assigned to show him around. Their first meeting was reportedly filled with arguments and disagreements about nearly everything. They found each other obnoxious. But beneath that friction was something powerful: two brilliant minds who both believed the internet could be something far greater than what it was. At that time, the internet was a chaotic mess. Search engines like AltaVista, Excite, and Yahoo existed, but they were primitive. They ranked websites based on how many times a search term appeared on a page, which meant the results were often useless. Web pages stuffed with repeated keywords would appear at the top, while truly valuable information was buried. Larry and Sergey saw this fundamental flaw clearly. They believed there had to be a better way to organize the world's information. Larry became obsessed with understanding the structure of the web. He wanted to know which websites linked to which, and more importantly, why those links mattered. He developed a theory that would change everything. Larry realized that links on the internet were like academic citations. If a research paper is cited by many other papers, especially important ones, it's probably valuable. The same logic could apply to websites. A web page linked by many other sites, especially authoritative ones, was likely more important than one with few or no links. This insight became the foundation of PageRank, named after Larry himself. Together with Sergey, who brought exceptional skills in data mining and mathematics, they began building a search engine that analyzed not just the content of web pages but the relationships between them. They called their project Backrub because it analyzed the web's backlinks. Working from their dorm rooms at Stanford, they downloaded substantial portions of the internet onto Stanford's computer network, pushing the university's bandwidth and storage to its limits. By 1996, Backrub was operational on Stanford's private network, and it was producing search results that were dramatically better than anything else available. But the project was consuming enormous amounts of computing power. Larry and Sergey scrounged for cheap hardware, filling their dorm rooms with so many computers that they tripped circuit breakers regularly. Larry's room became the data center, while Sergey's room served as the programming office. They built their computer housings from Lego bricks because they couldn't afford proper equipment. Stanford's computer science department tolerated their project, even as it monopolized university resources, because they recognized they were witnessing something remarkable. In 1997, Larry and Sergey decided they needed a new name. Backrub wasn't going to work for a real company. During a brainstorming session, a fellow graduate student suggested Google, the mathematical term for the number 1 followed by 100 zeros. It represented their mission to organize the seemingly infinite amount of information on the web. They liked it immediately, but when they went to register the domain name, they accidentally misspelled it as Google.com. They registered the misspelled version on September 15, 1997 and decided to keep it. Google was born from a typo. Despite having revolutionary technology, Larry and Sergey didn't initially want to start a company. They were academics who wanted to complete their PhDs. They tried to sell their search technology to existing companies, approaching Yahoo, Excite, and AltaVista with offers to license PageRank for as little as $1 million. Every single company turned them down. Yahoo's executives told them their search engine was too good. This sounds insane now, but at the time, portal websites wanted to keep users on their sites as long as possible. A search engine that gave perfect results immediately would send users away too quickly. The rejections were frustrating, but in retrospect, they were the best thing that could have happened. With no buyers for their technology and pressure mounting from Stanford to either finish their degrees or take their project off campus, Larry and Sergey made a decision. In August 1998, they officially founded Google Inc. They secured their first major investment from Andy Bechtolsheim, co-founder of Sun Microsystems, who wrote them a check for $100,000 after a brief demonstration on a Stanford porch. There was just one problem. The check was made out to Google Inc., but the company didn't legally exist yet. They couldn't deposit it for 2 weeks until they had officially incorporated and opened a bank account. Google's first office was a garage in Menlo Park, California, rented from Susan Wojcicki, who would later become CEO of YouTube. With their initial funding, they hired their first employee, Craig Silverstein, a fellow Stanford computer science student. The tiny team worked relentlessly, improving the search algorithm and building the infrastructure to handle growing traffic. From that modest garage, Google was processing 10,000 search queries per day by the end of 1998. The quality of their results created organic word-of-mouth growth. People who tried Google told their friends. Those friends told more people. The numbers grew exponentially. What set Google apart wasn't just better results. It was their minimalist homepage, which featured nothing but the logo, a search box, and 2 buttons. Every other search engine had cluttered pages filled with news, weather, stock quotes, and flashing advertisements. Google's clean design was a radical statement: we do one thing, and we do it better than anyone else. This focus on user experience, combined with PageRank's superior results, created unstoppable momentum. By 1999, Google had moved into real offices in Palo Alto and secured $25 million in funding from major venture capital firms Sequoia Capital and Kleiner Perkins. They were processing 3 million searches per day. The team grew rapidly, but Larry and Sergey insisted on hiring only exceptional people. They personally interviewed every candidate in the early years, asking difficult technical questions and testing for creativity and passion. They built a culture that valued innovation, questioning assumptions, and tackling impossibly ambitious projects. Google went public in 2004 with an unusual initial public offering designed to give small investors the same opportunity as institutional investors. The company was valued at $23 billion. Critics said they were overvalued and that competition from Microsoft and Yahoo would crush them. Those critics were spectacularly wrong. Google's advertising system, AdWords, which allowed businesses to bid on keywords and display text ads alongside search results, had created a money-printing machine that was both effective for advertisers and non-intrusive for users. Today, Google is more than a search engine. It's the parent company Alphabet, encompassing YouTube, Android, Google Maps, Gmail, Google Cloud, and countless other products and services used by billions of people worldwide. The company that started with 2 students arguing during a campus tour now employs over 150,000 people and has fundamentally shaped the digital age. What makes the Google story so powerful isn't just the financial success. It's that Larry Page and Sergey Brin saw a problem everyone else accepted as unsolvable, refused to give up when everyone rejected their solution, and built something that genuinely made the world better. They proved that with a brilliant idea, relentless execution, and a willingness to think differently, 2 students with no resources can change everything. The story of Google reminds us that the biggest companies in the world all started with a single idea and people brave enough to pursue it. If this story inspired you, hit that subscribe button right now, because we bring you incredible stories of innovation, ambition, and success every single week. Give this video a like if you enjoyed learning how 2 students who couldn't afford proper computer equipment built one of the most powerful companies on earth. Drop a comment below telling us what business or technology story you want us to cover next. Stay connected with us for more amazing content, and remember, every trillion-dollar company started with someone who refused to accept the world as it was. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.